Welcome back to Aikidoflow. Now, why you shouldn't worry about panicking before a fight. Okay, I'm gonna unpack this for you, okay? Stay with me. Okay, so a scenario. So you're just about to go into a stressful situation, something like a fight, you know it's upcoming, and you start to panic, you start to worry. Now, we live in stressful times, and one of the things that we've kind of all started to do is we all now overthink everything, okay? And we've now become worried or concerned about how we're feeling about specific things, especially stress. So it's a contradiction. So we're worried about being worried, and we're worried about the feelings that we're feeling. Now, this is a classic new age issue where we're actually worried about being worried, and we're actually worried about the feelings, how we feel when we start to get worried, which is a cascade. It's like a cascade of a problem. We start to become worried about being worried, about being worried, about being worried, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Now, let me give you a bit of history in this. Okay, so our bodies are much smarter than we are, and they always have been. And our bodies, when our bodies get into a situation where our body feels like it's in danger, it takes action. It pumps adrenaline, it speeds up your heart rate, it actually gets you ready, and it's actually doing that for a reason. Now, the problem here is that when that happens, when our body takes control of this process, our brain comes in and it starts to think, whoa, what's happening? What's going on? I'm scared. What's happening with this? I don't like the way this is feeling. Well, you see, the thing is your body knows exactly what it's doing, okay? It's preparing you, it's getting you ready to move quickly, it's getting your muscles and your blood flow ready to take action quickly. Now, the problem is that this state is only supposed to be used for a very, very short amount of time, okay? And the problem that we seem to be facing now in our society is that we are living in a low level stress all of the time, which kind of gets us agitated, and it doesn't allow us to react to it. Anyway, that's another story and that's another video. But the point here I'm trying to make is that as you go into a situation, okay, when you begin to feel this, you got to be okay with it. You have to trust that it's okay. It's getting you ready. It's allowing you to move faster than you could normally move. You know what? A great analogy is, see as coffee. It's just the same as coffee. It's that compressed amount of energy, okay? And I'm sure most of you aren't afraid of coffee. Now, this can be, if you understand it, if you understand this process, okay, it can be incredibly useful. What you got to say about that?
For example, okay, if anybody is of my generation, in their early 20s, okay, you'll remember something called newspapers, okay? When I was young, I used to deliver newspapers. I had a paper round. I'd go to people's houses and you actually put newspapers through the letterbox. It wasn't online, we didn't have internet back then. But one thing that happened to me regular as a paper boy is that I got chased by dogs. You'd open the gate, somehow this dog come out around from the back garden and you would get chased. Now, I did that for many years, and I'll tell you one thing, I never got caught by one of those dogs. And it was simply because the adrenaline would kick in and I would run. And I would never run as fast as that, as when I was being chased by a dog, because my body would just take over and I would run. And it was only when I would get to the wall I jumped on, or the car bonnet I would jump on, or the dog would give up. That's when I realized how tired and out of breath I was, because my body just wouldn't realize that until I actually stopped, and my brain is telling my body, okay, you're safe now. You know, you're up on the wall, the dog can't get you anymore. Then I realized how tired I am and how far I'd actually ran, because it would just, my body would just take over and my leg would start moving and I would run like the wind, and I never got caught.
It actually does a few things. The adrenaline and your system actually switches off stuff that it doesn't want you to pay attention to. Okay, it doesn't want you to pay attention to, like, for example, like if you have injuries and stuff like that, like your body just says, nah, like forget that, we'll deal with that later, okay? Let's just move and we'll just do what we have to do now, okay? And we'll have a look at these other issues later. Injury. That's why, you know, when you're in a fight, like if you get cut or something like that, sometimes you don't feel it until afterwards, okay? So it's a great thing to understand. And I think that the problem that we have is that we are really overthinking this now. We really are. And if you're in a conflict situation, like if you're in a fight or you're just about to be in a fight, okay, embrace it. Embrace it. You know, you feel your heart beating. It's like, yeah, okay, all right. You know what? You feel like Hulk now. You're ready to go, okay? Enjoy the rush over your body. Understand that it's kind of almost kind of making you into a little Superman for a really short space of time, okay? So do not worry about it. I just want to remind you about our online training academy. If you want more detail about our style and how it works, that's where you'll find it. Links are in the description. Okay, in conclusion, okay, this is a great tool that we have at our disposal, and you really need to not overthink the situation, okay? Not be overwhelmed by it, not worry, not be scared about your feelings. So don't be scared about being scared, okay? I know it's a contradiction, but think carefully about this. This is a key component to combat and fighting on the street and reacting to what's happening. I mean, we can show you 1,000 different techniques and scenarios and tactics, but unless you understand the feelings of exactly what's happening, you will fail. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next video.